Andrew Gillum, who ran for governor of Florida against Ron DeSantis, narrowly losing, had long been seen as sort of like a rising star in the party. He had a star turn on CNN. He was actually a regular guest on Real Time with Bill Maher. He has now officially been indicted on a number of charges. Let's go ahead and put this tear sheet up on the screen. This is before the indictment actually came through. Now this morning we have confirmation the indictment has come down. But this says Andrew Gillum, DeSantis' 2018 opponent, indicted for wire fraud and false statements. I'll give you the details of what he is accused of. And of course, he and his lawyers deny any wrongdoing. It says, according to the indictment, the FBI began to sniff out the alleged scheme of Gillum and another individual's last name is Letman Hicks back in 2016 when he was mayor. Undercover agents investigating corruption in the city he was mayor of were steered to him. The two together allegedly used his position as mayor, as a progressive activist, and then as a top candidate for governor to skim money from a variety of individual donors and nonprofits, fraudulently pretending to perform voter outreach or to fight for local government rights while pocketing the cash, even after his campaign for governor ended. His decision to resign from his job at the liberal group People for the American Way in early 2017 really hurt him financially. He couldn't afford to forgo that $122,000 a year salary. So according to the indictment, he and this other individual, Letman Hicks, then arranged for money to flow through her communications business, which then paid him as an employee or as a contractor. So they were collecting these funds under, other auspices, claiming it was going to other things, and then it'd be funneled through her firm and go to Andrew Gillum. That is the allegation here. The last piece that they have in this article that I think just as a refresher, because even when he was running for governor, there were allegations of corruption. Yes. DeSantis hit him hard on that. He'd been under federal investigation for years, they say, starting with his time as Tallahassee mayor when he accepted freebies from lobbyists and special interests, including a free New York Harbor boat ride, tickets in New York to the musical Hamilton, which were supplied by an undercover FBI agent posing as a corrupt developer with a company called Southern Pines. Gillum wasn't charged in that scheme, but he did agree to pay a $5,000 state ethics fine for improperly accepting gifts. So that was sort of the spark of this investigation. And then according to the indictment, which is quite serious, and by the way, the crimes he's accused of, and it's like 21 counts, carry maximum penalties of many years in prison, 20 years in prison. So these are very, very serious charges that he's facing at this point.
Oh, this is really crazy, Krystal, because this guy came 32,000 votes away from being the governor. I mean, he lost by only 0.4% of the vote. I don't know if people remember that, 2018. And he's at a massive, he was also a star, or was considered one, until a sex scandal in March of 2020. So, look, I think, on a personal level, it seems like everything is falling apart. Yeah. He says he was abusing alcohol, but at the same time, these charges stem from 2016 to 2019. Clearly when he was both living like in a closeted life and also engaging in some pretty sketchy behavior financially. So I don't know. I mean, it's a massive fall from grace because who else do the Democrats have in the state of Florida? Like, he was considered the next guy to run up against DeSantis, and he was like a Stacey Abrams type figure with the media. He was a paid CNN commentator, very high profile Democrat, and boom, I mean, massive fall from grace. It also does validate the corruption charges that DeSantis leveled at him during the 2018 campaign, which everybody said was false. They were like, oh, it's racist, or like, okay, well, Feds just charged him. So.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom has clearly fallen out for this guy. There's just no other way to put it at this point. And, they kind of caught, again, he denies wrongdoing, Sutters are. But it sounds like they kind of caught him dead to rights, directly lying to undercover agents. On the false statements piece, which they can really get you for, like, that part seems pretty clear cut. And then we'll have to see the evidence as to how the financial shenanigans worked here, funneling the money that you claim is, for voter outreach or you claim is for other purposes into your bank account to try to cover this loss from the other position. So anyway, that's what's going on.
There we go.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. More for you later. Cable news is ripping us apart, dividing the country, making it impossible to function as a society, and making it impossible to know just what is true and what is false. But the good news is they are failing and they know it.
That is why we're building something new, a new mainstream, a healthier one, something more trustworthy, something that we are going to need in one of the most pivotal times in American history. We are building up here for the midterms, for the upcoming presidential election, but we need your help. So if you can help us out by becoming a premium member today at breakingpoints.com, we're trying to change America for the better and the entire world.
So what are you waiting for, guys? Go to breakingpoints.com and sign up and help us build a new mainstream.